What's up? Welcome back to Chosen Earth Angel Queen channel, where I'm back with another message. Let's get into this message. This one is going to be about being solution based, having the solution. We need solutions, okay? Solution. Don't come to no one with a problem and then you don't have a solution for it and you're just there trying to be the negative Nancy to point the finger at somebody else. Some of these people do that in order to make themselves feel better about themselves. So they'll go to someone else and look at a problem instead of analyzing what's wrong with them. It's a lot of people afraid to face themselves. And as they get afraid to face themselves, they'll start nitpicking and finding things with other people. And they don't look at themselves how they look at other people. They spend a lot of their time looking at other people, trying to pick them apart and trying to have something to say, trying to so-called teach someone something or tell them about themselves when they themselves are the real problem there. And a lot of times people project. If you find yourself telling somebody about themselves just because you feel the nerve to have to tell someone, not because you're trying to solve it, just because you're trying to point out the problem, that might be that problem that you're trying to point out. That's probably a projection. And if you have some time, you should look at the universal laws of projection. If you don't know what projection is, sometimes I say these things and people think I know what they know what I'm talking about, but this is a universal law. This is where I studied this information from. So I don't want you to think that any different from that universal law from what I'm saying. So do your homework, study that. That's a little bit of homework piece. Back on topic. People will, that's what they do. They deflect. They don't want to look at themselves, so they're going to point at someone else. So it's time to be solution based. And even if someone is criticizing you and saying something, you can take control of the situation by asking them the solution. 9 times out of 10, people don't want solutions. They just want to argue. They just want to point the finger. So you can gain a lot of control and power back when you stand firm in solution. Well, what's the solution to this? Okay, this is somebody did this, somebody did that, but how do we move it forward? How do we get through this? How do we solve this? We need to hone in on problem solving skills. Way less of pointing the finger. I mean, if you know better, it would be hard to point the finger at somebody if you look at people as yourselves. We stopped looking at people as ourselves, or we never started looking at people as ourselves. When you have a deep understanding and being in this universe, being a human, dealing with people, dealing with the laws of karma, just knowing that people are human, and then trusting in God, actually loving your brother like yourself, or like you loving your neighbor like you love yourself. If you really moving on that, how you see someone else, you're not gonna judge them. You're gonna be very slow to judge people. And it says not to judge in the Bible. And you're gonna be very slow not to judge. And that is because you see yourself in that person. You see yourself in that person. So if you see yourself in that person, you're gonna go about this situation if you see yourself, because they may be struggling with something you used to struggle with. And so instead of approaching it, or some people may not even know, and they just want to preach about somebody. They may not even know what this person is struggling with. They just think that something's wrong and they want to point the finger. I'm not talking to this. So you need to get on a new level. When you see somebody, you look at them, you see them with a problem, and you know that it's a situation you've been through, and you want to mentor them through it, or help them, encourage them, tell them about themselves. Of course, when you do it out of love, you're going to do it in a way where it's going to be solution based. It's going to be solution based. You're going to be hitting it. This is what I went through. This is how I got through it. That's just what I see you doing. I went through the same things. This is how I got through it. So I think that we need more love and unity. If we need to love each other like you love yourselves. You need to see yourself in the other person. This is like key. Like, people can't come to me and tell me that you can't tell me that you healed. You can't tell me that you love God. You can't tell me that you got this thing of life down packed, and you're not looking at people and looking at them like it's you. If you're not seeing you when you're dealing with someone else, then you can't tell me about life. You can't tell me it, because that is like a key component. That's a key component. And when you get on that wavelength, you'll be surrounded by other individuals who do the same thing, that can see themselves in other people. We're human. We're humans, okay? We're dealing with human personalities. Everybody's different, but we're all humans, so we're still the same. We're still all bleeding red. We still all have the same emotions. We still are. We're unique in our own creation, but we all still got the same tools, the same foundation, the same makeup. All of us. So you should see yourself, no matter the color, no matter the gender. You should always see yourself, because their soul, they got a soul just like you got a soul. And it's not up to you to criticize. If anything, it's up to you to remove yourself from situations. If you can't help, if you could teach or you could talk, do it. If you can't, remove yourself. It's not about trying to be right. It's about love and trying to help. And it's not about being right. Who's right or who's wrong doesn't matter, because my rights may not be your rights. What's right to you may be wrong to me, and what's wrong to me might be right to you. So it's not about being that. It's about loving on each other and helping each other through, and letting people have their viewpoints, letting people be uniquely them, and knowing that, and not to take it personal, and to deal with every situation accordingly. And it takes maturity. It takes open-mindedness. It takes experience. If you ain't experienced nothing, then you're not going to be able to see yourself in the other person. So that is my word, is my message was definitely about finding the solutions and knowing the why we're finding the solution. We're finding the solution, and I'm just giving you a perspective on how higher vibrational people think. This is higher vibrational gems and nuggets. So if you an imposter pretending like you real and you don't got this down, you could pretend on this too. Like, that's the thing I love about my messages, because even my haters will learn something. Even the people who don't like me finna learn something. Even the pretenders gonna learn something, because if I'm giving you these nuggets and you want to be real, and you implement this, it's going to change your life. There's no way to fake this. What I'm telling you is like, okay, if I love someone, then this is what happens. If I look at this, is like a umbrella effect. Okay, so yes, this message is for you. This message is for everybody, wherever you at on the spectrum, whether you know this or you're faking it or you don't know it at all. Get with the program. Let's stay woke. Let's stay unified. We're not divided. We're not divided. I talk to so many different souls. They come from so many different shapes and sizes, genders and races and ages. We are all the same, baby. We just got different paths, but we got the same vehicle. So anyway, I want to thank y'all for tapping in and tuning into this message. I'm so glad to have y'all here. I'm so glad to be rocking out with y'all. If y'all enjoyed the message, make sure that you are liking, sharing, and subscribing. All right, appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all next time. Bye.